Congressman Rodante Marcoleta, full support sa kaibigan niyang si Presidential Aspirant Bong Bong Marcos at Congressman Conrado Estrella III, sinasabi na malabo na muling madaya pa si Presidential Aspirant Bong Bong Marcos sa darating na halalan. Pero bago natin umpisahan ang ating topic mga kabayan, kung hindi pa kayo nakakapag-subscribe sa aking channel, please do subscribe and click the notification bell para mas updated kayo sa mga bago kong video. Ayon kay Congressman Conrado Estrella III, malabo na muling madaya pa si Presidential Aspirant Bongbong Marcos sa darating na halalan dahil sa suportang ipinapakita at ipinaparamdam ng mga Pilipino.
Yes, Kyle, magandang gabi. Kaugnay dyan ay nagpahayag ng kanyang pagsuporta si Abono Party List Representative Congressman Conrado Estrella III sa kandidatura ni Presidential Aspirant Bongbong Marcos.
Sa eksklusibong panayam ng SMNI News North Luzon kay Estrella, sinabi nito na naniniwala siya sa kakayahan ni Marcos na mamuno sa bansang Pilipinas at ang pagiging mapagkumbaba at hindi nagtatanim ng galit ang mga katangian na meron si Marcos kaya ito nagnunumero 1 sa survey.
Oo, siyempre naman. Ako po ay naniniwala na talagang mangunguna siya. Bakit? Pakinggan niyo ang kanyang mga sinasabi. Hindi siya nakikipag-away. Hindi ba niyo napansin kahit na anong batikos ang gawin nila sa kanya, ay hindi siya umiimik. Basta plataforma lang ang sinasabi niya. Kaya siya nagna-number 1. Nararamdaman natin pagod na ang taong bayan sa away. Ang hinihintay ng ating taong bayan ay ang magandang programa at kung paano natin ibabangon uli ang ating bansa. At yan ang mga sinasabi ni BBM.
Aniya, magiging magandang ehemplo rin si BBM sa mga Pilipino dahil sa mga naging karanasan nito bilang isang tao.
Napakagandang role model nitong si BBM para sa mga kabataan. Yun nga, sinasabi ko, hindi siya palaaway, sinasabi lang niya yung programa niya. And he is truly a family man also. Alam niyo, there is no amount of success that can equal success at home. At yan, talagang pwedeng gawing role model si BBM. Ay, yan naman ho ang aking paningin. My honest to goodness opinion of this person.
Naitanong din kay Estrella ang tungkol sa maaring mangyaring dayaan ngayong halalan at baka ito'y mangyari ulit. At narito ang sagot ni Congressman Estrella.
Well, palagay ko hindi siya madadaya ngayon sapagkat hindi napapayagan ng taong bayan yan. At yung nangyari kasi nung nakaraan ay siyempre iba yung administrasyon, no? At talagang gusto siyang they really want to bring him down. Pero ito ngayon nakikita ko mukhang patas naman ang laban ngayon. At mukhang hindi rin papayagan na ng taong bayan, lalo na yung mga kabataan na dayain ito muli, ito si BBM, no? At siyempre, itong kasalukuyang administrasyon, hindi rin papayag na merong kandidato namang daya, no? Kilala ko itong presidente natin, talagang kuwan ito, hindi papayag na may dayaan dito.
Sa huli nanawagan ito sa mga kandidato na sana ay maging magandang ehemplo, tigilan ang pag-aaway at magtulungan para sa bayan.
Saan ka ba naman nakakita ng mangga na binabato na walang prutas? Hindi ba? Siyempre, kapag maraming bunga, pinipitas, binabato, hindi ba? At saka, sana yung ibang mga presidential candidates maging role model din sana sila sa ating bansa. Palagay ko hindi na uso yung away. Oo, di ba? Dumating na yung panahon na lahat tayo kailangan talaga magtulungan.
Sir, baka si Senator Marcoleta may katanungan?
Wala naman akong itatanong sa ating Presidente Kong Mike. Alam mo, ang gusto ko lamang sanang sabihin, total, naririnig naman tayo ni Kong Lucy at ni Kong Ace. At tayo naman ay, kumbaga sa isang tao ay nagkaka-join ang ating mga bituka eh. Ganyan ang ating pagkasasamahan kasi sa Congress eh. Alam mo, kung sa matagal na naming pagkakakilala ni Senator Bong, na ngayon ay kumakandidato nga na ating Pangulo, ang talagang napapansin ko sa tao ay yung kanyang representasyon at paggawa is representing, and he represents and works for a healing and unifying presidency. Alam mo, sa akin ito ay napaka-importante. Mapapansin naman nating lahat, lalo na sa panahon ito, in the heat of advocacy and political battles, sabi nga natin, you can see BBM as a personification of someone who maintains a high standard of conduct. Yung walang mudslinging, walang name calling, walang character assassination. Ang nakikita ko is working for a vision of a united nation, of a united people, trying to chart a common destiny. Alam mo, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat ng bagay sa ating bansa. Lalo na ngayon na nasa harap tayo ng isang napakahigpit na pagsubok. At tama yung sinasabi niya, let us harness the spirit of bayanihan in this country. Kung Mike, alam mo naman, matagal na rin tayo magkakilala. This is the kind of leadership I am inclined to support.
Naku, maraming salamat, Kanda. That is some of the kindest words that I have heard during this campaign. Maraming salamat. At ay naunawaan mo kung ano ba talaga ang ating hangarin para sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat.
I wanted to add lang, Kong Mike, no, na like I said kanina, more than what you say, it's actually what you do, no, in the battlefield. I think that counts a lot as a leader, and in at least 2 occasions in my life as a public servant, BBM pulled through for the people I represent, and both pa when he was not even in office. So I will never forget that. Also, on to take off from what Kong A said, na how he has conducted himself, how he has been able to rise above the noise. I think it's very important. That's why it's very important for us to know who the presidential aspirants are, because more than just thinking of him in the local sense as serving our country, we also have to be able to imagine him in the world stage together with other world leaders, and his relationship with those world leaders and how he conducts himself in their presence, the talks that they will have a ripple effect in our country and in our progress. So it's very important that we really listen to what they have planned, should they be successful in their mission. And so far si BBM has been able to rise above the noise, but it's just so easy siguro para maging mapagpatol, no, and to be onion skin, because the attacks can really be below the belt. But like I say, when you have a platform, why will you waste precious time on attacking people when it can be a message of how the country can move forward?
Well, that is all. Yun naman ang habol natin lahat, is how to move the country forward. And Kong Lucy, since you mentioned the place of the Philippines and the community of nations, I think it is time that we return our country to its proper place in the community of nations. Because right now, because of COVID, because of all the crises that we are facing, the world is actually rearranging itself. COVID changed everything. I think that's a basic premise that everyone can agree on. COVID has changed everything. And that means that even our interrelationships with ASEAN, with Asia, with the rest of the world, with our traditional partners, with the United States, with our newer partners, the People's Republic of China, and all of the other countries that are the part of what they call the emerging nations and the emerging markets, All of those are things that will be very important to our recovery for the simple reason that we are a very global economy. And I am confident that we will be able to approach our old friends and make some new friends on the world stage. And that is something that I have become accustomed to. I'm very proud to be able to say that my father had enough trust and faith in me to send me on certain delegations, and even even while I was still in school, because he thought I would be as his son, be a good representative for him. So meron na tayong pinagdaanan na tungkol dyan na kaya makipag-usap sa mga world leaders, makipag-usap sa mga malalaking negosyante na baka naman ay makatulong sa atin. In fact, I have already begun the process because I have been talking to many of the foreign ambassadors and saying, what is it that your country can do to help us? And meron na mga suggestion, bawat iba't iba. And I think we will be well placed when the time comes that itong tulong na ito, this assistance that we have been discussing will come to the Philippines. I think that we are well placed to accept that. We just have to now put behind us the COVID. And the only way to do that is through vaccination. Kaya siguro, in the very short term, yun talagang dapat nating tignan. Mabuti naman na sa nakaraang ilang linggo, mukhang bumibilis ang pagdating ng bakuna dito sa Pilipinas. At nakikita ko naman ng mga LGU ay handang-handa na sila, at basta't magkaroon sila ng supply ng vaccine ay nagagawa kaagad nila na i-roll out na kaagad nila. Kaya yun na muna unahin natin. But then again, our interactions with the rest of the world will become very, very important in our recovery. In like fashion, halimbawa, sinasabi ko, mga Pilipino, hindi natin kayang nag-iisa na makaraos dito, makasurvive dito sa problemang ito. Kailangan natin ng tulong ng lahat. Ganun na rin ang Pilipinas. Hindi natin makakaya ng nag-iisa. Kailangan tayo makipagtulungan din sa ating mga kaibigan na iba't ibang bansa na makakapagbigay ng tulong sa atin o baka matulungan din natin. But the point is that we are part of the global economy. We are part of the geopolitical framework around the world. And the only way to do that is, once again, to be a force. And the only way to be a force is to be united. And that's why we keep coming that. Kahit yung mga praktikal na pinag-uusapan, kung saan nilalagay ang pondo, kung anong pupuntahan ng investment, kung anong ginawa sa Amerika, if the interest rate went up, kung lahat yan ay pagka pinag-isipan natin ng mabuti, babagsak at babagsak yan. It will distill itself down to unity. And that is why I have made it a critical part of any campaign, of any platform that I have, na kailangan magkaisa. Kailangan magkaisa at kailangan na magkaisa tayo at sumusunod tayo, nakakasundo tayo sa plano na gagawin natin at sabay-sabay tayo nagtatrabaho. And I've seen it before because lahat ng krisis na dinaanan ng Pilipino, nakaraos lang tayo dahil nagkaisa tayo. So we have to keep doing that. We have to learn, we have to keep those lessons from the past and continue to work hard to bring that unity together. And then, with that, kung sasabihin, eto na yung Pinas, ang galing nitong mga Pilipino, sila nagtulungan, ngayon nakaredy na silang sumabak ulit sa global market, the people will take us seriously. Because halimbawa, kahit na yung mga ating katunggali na hindi sumasang-ayon sa atin, ay hindi tayo kayang hatiin. You have to deal with us as a unified nation. You have to deal with us as a unified people. And that's where our strength will come when we are dealing with friends and maybe not so good friends around the world. Yun ang yun ang magiging puhunan natin para makipag-usap sa ating mga kaibigan sa buong mundo.
Mayor Mike,
Yes, Kong Dante, go ahead.
Yung yun ang sinasabi ko sa'yo. That's why I second the motion, the beautiful statement of Pong Lucy. That beautiful characterization of BBM, his ability to rise above the noise. Alam mo, Kong Lucy, it's not a simple noise only. Alam mo, the calumny, the attacks, na ginawa ng marami nating kababayan sa kanilang pamilya. Ito naman ay bukas na aklat sa ating lahat. Isipin mo para sa isang pangkaraniwang tao kung gano'n kasakit ang pinupukol sa'yo sa maraming dekada na, ewan ko kung saan ang gagaling lahat ito. Yung tendency at saka yung temptation na sumagot ka, o maring magalit ka, karaniwan sa tao yun eh. At, pero makikita mo ang ating presidential aspirant, hindi gano'n ang kanyang pananaw eh. He's still trying to roll out hope and unity. Kalimutan na natin ang pagkakabahabahagi natin, yung pagkakahiwa-hiwalay. Sapagkat ang sinasabi niya sa atin, ito ang pinakakailangan ng bansa natin ngayon sapagkat napakamahigpit ng pagsubok na dinadaanan at maring daanan pa ng ating bansa kagaya ng nilatag ni Kong Ace kanina. Ito ang leader na kailangan natin, yung wala tayong bagahe ng nakaraan, kundi kailangan pagtulungan natin. Hindi maaaring gawin ito ng isang tao, kahit gaano kagaling pa yung isang tao eh. Ang pagkakaisa ang susi ng pagbangon ng ating bansa. Di ba, Kong Ace?
Tama. Sang-ayon ako dyan, 100%.
Kahit mas gwapo ka sa akin, ang tingin ko, mas gwapo si Kong Richard.
Idol ko yun eh.
Mukhang dinibdib mo talaga yung yung comment.